first started using LimeWire to download music, and that would have been, oh geez, probably about sophomore year, so I guess I've been downloading music a lot for about 5 years now. Since, I guess, yeah, 2006-ish.
What do you usually use now to get music?
Now I use BitTorrent and Waffles.fm, which is a private torrent tracker.
What was the last time you paid for music?
Like paid for recording?
Yes.
I really can't remember.
How much would you say you download, like, a month?
Per month?
In terms of albums?
I have no idea.
That's tough.
I would say I average about an album a day. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I download, let's just say I download a lot. I don't want to, I guess, like, incriminate myself.
I don't feel bad about pirating music because I feel that if it was in a hypothetical scenario where I couldn't download music and I could only buy it, I wouldn't. And so I think it's better to hear music and to I think it's better to hear the music and not pay for it than it is to not hear it at all.
The artist seems to get the short end of the stick either way, it seems like, very often. So I think with the recording companies, they put a lot of artists in some really bad contracts, handcuffed them, and they plundered from a lot of artists. You know, the biggest acts, they could sort of write their own rules, but most of the musicians couldn't, and they were stuck with some pretty odious situations and contracts. So I think the internet's given a lot of artists more creative freedom to control their own music.
The majority of the bands that I listen to have come to the conclusion that it's more viable for them to work off a donations-based system. You know, like, check our stuff out. If you don't like it, don't pay us. If you like it and you can even give $1, that's awesome.
And I do try to go to concerts and buy merchandise for the artists that I like the most.
The traditional means of PR are being turned on their head by the internet. So this is probably like my primary method of, like, I guess, making myself known to other people right now. It's called the SoundCloud. It's a site based out of Sweden, I believe. But yeah, it's just a really clean interface. It's really easy to embed stuff. So yeah, I think it's all these kind of sites: SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Reverb Nation, even MySpace to some extent. I think you can upload stuff to Facebook now. But yeah, they're definitely a great tool for just getting yourself out there.
Smaller bands have this huge platform where they can get their music out. Then you get word of mouth, and you get trading, and so it can drive people to them. So yeah, that can work really well. It gives them a lot of freedom.
The question becomes, how am I going to make my work stand out in a field of, mega upload links or torrent links? How am I going to convince people to buy my vinyl? How am I going to convince people to come to my shows? How am I going to convince people to even remember that they downloaded my album amongst the 20 other albums they downloaded that day? And that really comes down to being more creative, really.
What the internet made possible was access to all kinds of music that you could never hear before. Not only maybe music that you thought you wanted to explore, but you could just go out in every direction and go to genres, music from other countries, all types of flavors of jazz.
The internet is definitely awesome for being able to tap into the thought processes and doings of other communities.
Having unlimited access to all the music I want and more makes it a better experience.
Just it really opened it up and made the experience of listening to music something I think more exciting, more interesting than it ever has been.